This boy is known as the strongest Dragnite user in history. 5 years ago, he single-handedly, easily destroyed thousands of armored machines, and brought an end to the Empire's centuries-long tyranny. Because of his great achievements, people honored him as the Black Hero. But now, 5 years later, Jack, who had long since gone into hiding under a new identity, ended up in an accident while trying to catch a cat, and accidentally fell into the girl's bathhouse. As luck would have it, the person he landed on was Princess Jenny of the New Empire. As a result, he was thrown into prison. It wasn't until Jack was summoned by the Academy headmaster that he learned. This was the legendary Girls' Academy that trained Dragnite users. Fortunately, the headmaster was an old acquaintance of Jack's. She knew that Jack, the prince of the old empire, would never do something like that. She even wanted Jack to work at the academy. Just then, the door was violently kicked open. The one who entered was last night's victim. Your Majesty absolutely will not allow a perverted boy like this to work at this school. Seeing that the students objected, the headmaster decided to let them settle it themselves. Hearing that, Jenny smiled. She wanted to challenge Jack to a duel with their Dragnites. Just as the crowd became excited, the headmaster introduced Jack's record. He was a star competitor who had never lost a match in the Royal Capital qualifiers, and was known as the undefeated weakest. Hearing that only made Jenny even angrier. How could a pervert like him have an undefeated record? She immediately drew her sword and pointed it at Jack. A battle between the prince of the old empire and the princess of the new empire was about to begin. When Jack arrived at the arena, the audience was thrilled beyond belief. Several Dragnites immediately deployed protective barriers. Now that it had come to this, Jack had no choice but to draw his sword and prepare to summon his Dragnite. As he recited the spell, a blue wyvern-type Dragnite appeared on the field. Jenny immediately mocked him. Did he really think a mass-produced model could fight her divine Dragnite? This kind of rare ancient weapon possessed abilities that were worlds apart from ordinary Dragnites. As the referee gave the signal, Jenny instantly summoned a machine gun and unleashed a barrage of bullets at Jack. Relying on his agility, Jack quickly closed the distance, planning to engage Jenny in close combat. But he still underestimated how troublesome a divine Dragnite could be, and ended up getting his Dragnite hit by Jenny's attack. Fortunately, Jack's title of undefeated weakest wasn't earned for nothing. Using nothing but his swordsmanship, he blocked Jenny's attacks. Seeing this situation, Jenny decided not to drag things out any longer, and immediately activated her special weapon. A single shot pierced straight through the protective barrier, yet Jack remained completely unharmed. Seeing that all of her attacks were ineffective, and that very little time remained, Jenny finally understood why Jack was called the undefeated weakest. Not only had he never lost, he had never won either. Furious, Jenny finally unleashed her ultimate technique.
神の名のもとにひれ伏せスプレッシャー
Dramat's gravity, which happened to perfectly counter Jack's agility. But because of the massive energy consumption, Dramat entered a berserk state, and just then, a mysterious flute melody echoed through the air. A gigantic phantom divine beast appeared in the sky. This type of monster, which only appeared in ancient ruins, shattered the barrier with a single strike. Just as Jenny's life was hanging by a thread, Jack stepped in front of her in time to protect her.